As you are all aware, we just buried our friend, uh, our comrade, our brother, Frank Sentezza. Some of you might not have known Frank Sentezza, but he's one of those people who had actually put their life on the line for our president, Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. Frank Sentezza's death has really shocked many of us, especially in the very heartless way the government, through the military, administered this kind of murder. Yesterday, two tragic events happened where one, our brother, known as Saifullah Ashraf, was gunned down, and right now he's still fighting for his life. While they were taking, like we all saw the scenes, you all know what happened. But for those of you who are not from Uganda, I think I need to a little bit elaborate what happened. So what happened was, while they were trying to save Ashraf's life to the main hospital in Uganda, in the capital, to one of the better hospitals to save his life, Mr. Sentezza, Frank, a bodyguard to Honorable Chagulanyi Sentamu, is one of the people who were rushing to see that, number one, Ashraf gets treatment so that he pulls through. Number two, to also provide protection to our president, Chagulanyi. On his way to Lubaga Hospital, he was knocked down by a military vehicle twice. Not once, but twice. That is how heartless these people are. Because if it was a mistake, maybe they wouldn't have knocked him twice. They knocked him the first time, and then they made sure that he actually dies. They rolled back a wee bit, and then crushed his head to the core. Ashraf must have died on spot. But the military vehicle just rushed off after knocking Ashraf. They did not even bother to stop to carry him and take him to the hospital. Because if it was a mistake, these people would have had the heart to carry him and take him to the hospital. No, they didn't. We have seen different scenarios where civilians have tried to help the military, where civilians have tried to help police officers in trouble. But the level of heartlessness these people have is really, really, really out of this world. As no sooner had Ashraf reached in the hospital with our president, Bobby Wine, in Lubaga Hospital, than Frank's body was also just heading in. The president said yesterday that while he was trying to motivate Mr. Ashraf to pull through, over the side there, he saw someone who was being, given CPR and trying to pump his heart so that he can try to, to breathe as much as possible. When he walked a few meters from where he was to go and see who the person was, he realized that it was one of those people who was very close to him trying to protect his life. And the gentleman was Frank Sentezza. The president came out and delivered the bad news to all of us and told us what had really happened. So many people have died in this way that Frank has died. A lady known as Rita Nabukenya, a mother of 3, was killed in a similar way. They knocked her once, and they also knocked her the second time. Now it is some sort of a murder insignia or an assassination insignia that the security officers have. They make sure that they finish you off, so that when they turn in the courts of law, you cannot bring anything against them. That is what they did to Frank. Earlier this year as well, a gentleman known as Dan Cheyune, who was a strong supporter of NUP and People Power, and Honorable Chagulanyi as his president, was also knocked down by a police vehicle. The police, on all these occasions, they have denied. Our brother Ziggy Wine, who was a musician, was kidnapped and his eyes were poked out. The police also denied. But in all these incidences, the only thing that has managed to save us, it is the witnesses that are always on the scene who see these people committing these crimes. Uganda spent almost 80 billion. It spent almost 80 million US dollars trying to install CCTV cameras all over the country. But the CCTV cameras that were installed in order to capture and take away any sort of reasonable doubt, they did not capture the mistakes or the deliberate murder that the security forces commit. Unfortunately, these cameras do not capture any of these things, but they are always there to capture people who are protesting, people who are standing up for their rights. The death of Frank is really, really, really painful. But on the other hand, it is something that encourages most of us. We have lost so many people. We lost Ziggy Wine, we lost Dan Cherine, we lost Rita Nabukenya, and all these people are below 40. John Bosco Serunkuma, so many people. These people are even below 30. Frank was just 25 years. He was a part-time carpenter. Who when these things all happened, he said that his contribution to the struggle was to give protection to the president. And he knew what he was up for. He knew that standing in the line of fire, they always had to go through him before they could reach his president. That is what Frank signed up for. For Ashraf, he signed up to cover the president wherever he goes. But look where these two young people are. One is already in the grave, and the other one is already fighting for his life. And there is no remorse from the perpetrators who committed these crimes. People always say politics should not separate us. But at this point, I think we have crossed the Rubicon, whereby politics is actually separating us. And it is just one person who is perpetrating this entire thing. The police, the Uganda police came out and said that Ashraf was hit by a canister of tear gas accidentally, which was not true. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for anyone who speaks the truth in Uganda, do not ever head to the police. The Nigerians can testify to this whenever Omare was arrested. It is not even past a month, not even a week has passed when they lied to us that the reason as to why they arrested Nicholas Opio, that it was because of money laundering. But could you believe it? Frank Sentezza, they said that he wasn't knocked by a military vehicle, that he just fell off his own car and he died. But the x-rays show that his skull was crushed. Why are these people so brutal? Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching me from around the world, Frank was Bobi Wine's bodyguard. He was a part-time carpenter, 24 years old. Next year, in the month of July, he was looking forward to having a wedding and marrying the love of his life. For many who have been around Frank, they said he was the most down-to-earth person and very disciplined. He was very disciplined. Everyone has testified to that. He was the breadwinner for his father and mother and 4 other siblings. When Frank passed away, we all saw he passed away in the arms of Babi, the wife to the president, Bobi Wine. We thank Babi for being there for these boys and for being there for everyone. At least, wherever Frank is, he must be happy that the people stood up for him. He was given a send-off today that was really, really, really deserving. And for the people who committed these crimes, I think when they saw what happened at the burial, they must have regretted the decisions they have made. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But even if you kill the people, the people just get stronger and stronger. They're not going to stop. The speeches that were made today, people would have been told to stop going out there supporting Bobby Wine, to stop supporting Honorable Chagulanyi. But for those of you who are not there or who didn't understand the speeches were actually motivating and telling Bobby Wine that you did not call us to this struggle. And no one called you to come. The people chose you. And we chose ourselves to come and protect you. So whatever happens, we are ready for it. Whatever happens, we are ready for it. That is the sort of commitment that these people have. For us, we come and talk and speak and update you whatever is going on. But whatever is going down there, whatever is going on down there on the ground, it's not something very easy. These people need prayers. But on the other hand, some of us, or most of the people, have gotten much stronger. They have gotten stronger, especially for the people that we have lost to the hands of the security apparatus as well as Museveni. So, Museveni's only tools that he has been using, it is money, fear, and death. The people managed to beat the first two. That is money, as well as intimidation and fear. Now he has opened up a new tactic of killing the closest people nearest to Honorable Chagulanyi. And for that, he's trying to send a message to scare us off. Recently, he said that Bobby Wine will be no more. But where Frank has gone, people at his burial were actually even offering their own children. They were offering themselves to come and protect the president until Museveni is gone. My question to Museveni, have you made this much better or have you made it worse? Death will come to all of us. The president thinks that whenever he kills people, for him he won't die. The security forces think whenever they kill people for them, they won't die. Now that people are no longer fearful of death, what other tactic are you going to bring up? Death is the ultimate equalizer. If one conquers the fear of death, then there is nothing to fear at all. These people are ready to die to protect their president. They are ready to die to protect their vote. They are ready to die to take you out of power. And not through means of violence, but through means of pushing you through an election. So if you think that you're still going to use death, intimidation, as well as torture, like they say, emitima gyakaluba, that their hearts have now hardened. There is no other tactic that you have upon your sleeve that you can pull out that they can be very afraid of. And there is no any other tactic that you can pull out and use to entice them away from the struggle. You still have a chance. Museveni, you still have a chance. You can repent your sins. You can repent your sins. Ask for forgiveness from Ugandans while you still have a chance. But the day this chance will be gone out of the window, like Bobby Wine said in today's speech, you will either end up like your counterparts like Gaddafi, Bashir, Mugabe, and the likes. If you do not use the opportunity that you have. You might think that you will kill these people, but you will not kill everyone. And I can bet you will leave Uganda here. And you will leave some of us here. And still we shall push on. And you will just be a footnote in the history of Uganda. And we shall just say there was a man. Very, very brutal. He always told us that he was securing our future. But we never knew that what he meant with securing our future was to crush our heads and use his vehicles and sticks and guns and ammunitions to take us out of this life. And that is what he meant by securing our future. Frank Sentezza, rest in peace. Thank you very much for listening to me. Bye bye. It's not a good time, but we shall pull through, and we are stronger than we were ever. We are stronger than before. So that is what it is. Bye bye.